Hello guys, welcome to another video, and here I'm just filming as well as drinking a cup of coffee that I made. Yes, I just woke up from a nap. So this is a very I woke up and I'm like, I need to film a video before I leave because it was like originally my plan to film a video for you guys. And before I was at the library and I typed out what do you guys think I should film, or like video ideas, just like topics to talk about. And there's one I liked, and it said, and the topic is diets, going on diets with an eating disorder past. And I think this one was something that like hit me and that I wanted to make about because I myself struggled with this before. Like I had an eating disorder background, but then I wanted to change like my diet afterwards. You know, you can't, like, I didn't want to just be, on no diet and eat unhealthy. But before I film or say anything, I want to mention that I'm not an expert, not a professional. I am not telling you what to do and what not to do. I'm not an eating disorder specialist or I took nutrition classes, but I'm not like I haven't been a nutritionist for like 10 years or anything like that. I'm learning and I'm experimenting, and I'm always researching, always. And for you, for you guys to know, for me, I want to help myself, so I research a lot, and then whatever I learn and experience, I tell you guys, so you could kind of have to skip the researching and experimenting and just, or you don't have to skip it, but I'm, like just kind of help you out. So anyways, back to the point. I think that, like I say, this is my opinion and I don't want any judgment. I'm not saying this is right. This is just what I think, and it could be wrong and you could disagree. And the reason I'm saying is because I don't want to be afraid to say anything, what I'm thinking, and then like regret it, being like, man, but that's not really what I meant. I want to like full on be honest with what my opinion is on this topic, and it is what it is. Like my opinion's not gonna change, it's what I'm thinking. And yeah, I'm gonna do more research, and maybe like, I was wrong here, like with more time, but this is what I'm thinking at the moment and my opinion now. Sorry. But anyways, to the question, I think that dieting would be just the wrong word to say for this answer, because the question was, what do you think about diets after eating disorder passed? I had an eating disorder, and I sat on diets after having an eating disorder or anorexia. But the thing is, I think I always will have my eating disorder, and it's just how I take it. So I remember like orthorexia is considered also an eating disorder. It's super clean eating, But at that moment, when I was super clean eating, I didn't really feel that I had a problem because I felt good. I performed good. I was at a good weight and all this, and it passed. But I never realized, because I was vegan at the time, and I was like I look back and that was considered orthorexic, but for me personally, it didn't feel like an eating disorder, because I think now I work at a climbing gym, and I talked to one of the girls that comes on the Tuesday climb, and it's all like people my age, and I talked to a lot of people, and I told her that I'm interested in eating disorders and all these things, and she said she doesn't know a girl that doesn't have an eating disorder now. Like, I'm guessing in America, I don't know all around the world, but she said she doesn't know a girl who doesn't have one. And that really was like, wow, okay, so we just all have eating disorders now, I guess. And I think a lot of guys have one too, actually, now, like a lot. Like I've been talking to guys too. And it made me realize that, like, it's a very big problem. And I thought I was not more special, but more like, oh my gosh, I have an eating disorder that's like so like you know, the fact that I was so underweight was very but the fact that I had an eating disorder wasn't very surprising to people, you know. I think when I tell them my low weight, if anybody asks, or about anorexia, then yes, it is, because it's a more extreme eating disorder. But my basically what I'm trying to say is that a lot of people have eating disorders nowadays, boys and girls and everybody. So it made me realize, like, well, so that means we cannot like diet, like we still will, like it's, you can't just, I didn't look, a lot of people were asking me how to recover. I don't think there is a recovery. I think there's better and worse, and like you could work on your eating disorder. It will always be there. But I think it's whether you choose to follow its voices or like tendency or like thoughts or not, is actually you fighting your eating disorder. For example, because I also don't believe in dieting after eating disorders. I think you could choose a lifestyle after your eating disorder, like vegan lifestyle, keto lifestyle, that you could just follow. But I think it's how you react to it, like being super strict with it, or cutting out everything that's not keto or everything that's not vegan. Or, well, you could, if you're vegan, then it's ethical. But for vegan, if it's like super clean eating and you're just eating potatoes and vegetables all the time. And the thing is, if that works for you and you feel great and you're not just copying it for weight loss results and you're eating your potato and vegetables, because I did that for a little bit and I felt fine, like nothing was wrong, like I was good weight, good health, you know, I was good. And as long as it's not feeling forceful and it didn't feel like an eating disorder mentally, like if I do it now, it doesn't feel right for me personally right now. I'm doing right now the OMAD fasting. I'm eating once a day, but the thing is, with my OMAD version, it's my OMAD version, I don't restrict the amount of calories I eat. If I'm feeling more hungry and I'm not feeling like eating a lot of food, I'll have things more calorie dense, like dates and nuts and seeds and avocados, and mixed with healthy things like fruits and vegetables and beans and potato, for example, you know? Right now, I feel good doing it. I don't feel like it's an eating disorder. However, maybe 5 years from now, I'll be like, how did I do that? It was 100% eating disorder mentality, you know? Like, no, like, I'm not gonna, like, for me, it feels right, and I feel good doing it, and it makes me productive. I can make videos, I can be super productive. I'm taking courses, classes, working, doing everything I need to do on my, like, to-do lists, versus if I, and I actually had someone comment on my videos, people saying like, yeah, I agree, like with the fasting, it's like people back then, people more back a little bit, didn't really, or if you're off and surviving, like off in the woods, even not back then, let's say now, then you wouldn't be thinking, oh my gosh, it's 2 hours later, I need to eat now, or my metabolism will just crash and I will gain weight. And no, people don't do that. And in a lot of other countries, people don't do that. Even in, you know, when I was in Moldova, they just had breakfast, lunch, and dinner. You come and eat, you eat. You know, some people around countries have 2 meals and some have 1. I had friends that went to Africa and they saw how they ate, and they had, they said like what they ate would be 1 banana in the morning with coffee, and then they didn't eat until dinner time, because that's how their lifestyle was. No, they don't have an eating disorder, but they just, like, that's their eating lifestyle. And on top of that, they're eating healthy foods. So I think that's a big thing. Eating healthily after eating disorder, I think does matter. Whatever version of your healthy is and what makes you feel good. Some people have higher percentage of fat or lower, but like, I think overall, if you're eating a lot of whole plant foods, I think that is important, because if you're after eating disorder, I did try this, like I would eat junk food. I just felt like any other person who would complain about eating junk food and gaining weight after the holidays, you know, like it just, everybody does, like everybody gains weight and doesn't feel good if they eat a bunch of junk food. It's just like a everybody thing, you know, most people, I assume, actually. And guys, I might be wrong. This is just my opinion. I do think that you can diet after eating disorder passed, but it's your perspective on the diet. Why are you doing? Are you choosing to do the diet that's pro Anna diet with 700 calories? That's gonna make you binge. That's gonna make you unhealthy, and probably lose weight and then gain weight and then lose weight, and that's gonna be your result. I've tried this after eating disorder passed, and that's what happened to me. I didn't feel good. I didn't have energy. I lost weight, gained weight, had binges. Like, didn't get me anywhere. What is your diet goal? This OMAD that I'm doing, it's not for the goal of losing weight and then binging and then gaining weight. The goal for me for OMAD is to stop mindlessly snacking. It helps me choose healthier foods. It helps me be very thinking about not food during the day, so I'm not worried about that all day. I'm just thinking about things I need to do, and I choose my OMAD at evening time, and that's what works for me. So during the day, I have time to wake up, drink coffee. I also feel like my time is more longer when I fast, because I'm not spending a lot of time on food, and I get to do things more. And I think that's something important, because then I'm able to invest a lot of time into important things, family, as well as just having time for myself, because in America, I live in America, and here it's everything fast paced, fast, go, 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 it's how you need to live almost. And sometimes with this fasting, it's kind of well, you don't need to quickly go have lunch, or because you just don't, and it just gives me a little bit more extra time, and it's actually nice. If I feel hungry throughout the day, it's not a rule, but for me, it's I know I'll feel good and it'll get me through the day. It's having a small, not small, but a kombucha, or hot chocolate, cocoa mix, that's 100% chocolate, hot chocolate with almond milk, or coffee with almond milk. I'm not 100% no calories during the day. Because I understand some days maybe I didn't eat enough for my own, for my one feeding time, the day before. Because I can't say it's OMAD, because it's not how a lot of people do it on one plate. I don't do it that way, because I eat more vegan, more bulky foods, because I feel good eating a bit more foods. That's just honest. And somebody might not feel good eating that much food. Make it more calorie dense. Easy as that, and maybe you don't want to eat one meal, it's fine. I'm not saying maybe you feel great spending time eating and you like to socialize with food. I don't, because I feel more stress, and it's just me, and it's how I am now, Maybe I won't feel like this in 10 years or 5 years or 2 years. I don't know. It's just what I'm experiencing now, and because I think I still do have eating disorder, because I do want a specific weight for myself now. My goal, my goal is to be about 120, 130, 140 pounds, and I'm working towards that goal through using this type of lifestyle that I'm actually easy. I've been on it for after breaking it, and after the New Year's and stuff. I started January 10th or something. I've been on it for a month now, and I like to do it. And the more days has passed, the better I'm getting back into the routine of it, and the more productive I'm becoming. The easier it's getting. The more now I start to want to make more videos, and I feel just more productive. Anyways, this will be part 1. I'm gonna make a part 2, because this is already 15 minutes long. So I will, well, not 15, 14, but I will make a part 2 to this and continue to talk about it. So stay tuned to answer the question of dieting after eating disorder passed. So this is the end of part 1. I will see you with part 2.